Мою младшую сестру Солнышко, хотя ей всего 1 год, сопровождает огромный питон. Ее зубы невероятно крепкие, даже кора деревьев для нее как любимое лакомство. Она может вцепиться зубами в обеденный стол и раскачиваться на нем, словно на детской площадке. Мой брат Клаус – настоящий гений, живущий в книгах. Он каждый день проводит в библиотеках и запоминает почти все, что читает. А я – изобретательница. Даже из груды металлолома я могу собрать что-нибудь полезное. Но в тот день мы с братом и сестрой оказались заперты в машине, а навстречу нам на полной скорости мчался поезд. Все это подстроил граф Олаф, потому что он всегда хотел завладеть состоянием семьи Бодлер. Тогда у нас оставалось меньше минуты, чтобы спастись. Но двери не открывались, а окна вообще не двигались. Я попыталась завести машину, но сразу поняла, ключа нет. И тут Клаус заметил неподалеку рычаг переключения путей. Если бы нам удалось его сдвинуть, поезд ушел бы на другой путь. Но рычаг был слишком далеко, и никто из нас не мог до него дотянуться. Казалось, смерть уже совсем рядом. И в последние секунды мне вдруг пришла идея. Я быстро сорвала кожаные ремни с сидений. Потом попросила Солнышко перекусить игрушку, прикрепленную к заднему стеклу. После этого я вытащила пружину из сидения, а затем связала все вместе и собрала самодельное пусковое устройство. Я разбила маленький кусок окна, выбросила игрушку наружу, а потом натянула ее обратно, одновременно все сильнее сжимая пружину. Я хотела использовать силу натяжения, чтобы запустить игрушку прямо в рычаг переключения путей. Но первая попытка провалилась. Поезд был уже совсем близко, а рельсы начали дрожать от вибрации. Тогда я попросила Солнышко сильнее вцепиться в веревку, чтобы увеличить натяжение. После этого мы попробовали еще раз. И на этот раз у нас получилось. В тот самый момент, когда поезд с грохотом несся прямо на нас, игрушка точно попала в рычаг. Рельсы переключились в самую последнюю секунду, и мы втроем чудом остались живы.
I picked up a strange stone and placed it into the statue's eye. The next second, it was like some kind of mechanism had been triggered, and a stick insect crawled out of the statue's mouth. Just as I was standing there confused, my mother came over and urged me to hurry into the car. But when I arrived at our destination, I realized the insect had followed me all the way there. It led me to a rundown maze. At the entrance hung a statue with ram horns. Curious, I wanted to go farther inside, but right then the maid stopped me. She warned me that I would get lost if I went in, so I had no choice but to follow her back. That night, I was suddenly woken up by a strange noise. When I opened my eyes, I realized it was the same insect from earlier looking for me again. I took out a book, pointed at a picture inside, and asked if it was a fairy. To my surprise, it seemed to understand me. Its body shook a few times before transforming into a tiny humanoid fairy. Then it flew right out the window. Driven by curiosity, I followed it. The fairy brought me back to the same maze from earlier that day. At that point, I had completely forgotten the maid's warning. I slowly walked down the stairs. When I reached the bottom, I called out a few times, asking if anyone was there. But the underground chamber was completely silent. No one answered me. Suddenly, a goat-headed tree spirit appeared behind me. It seemed worried that it had scared me, so it quickly started explaining itself. It told me its name was Pan and that it came from the underground kingdom. It even claimed that it used to be my servant. Then it told me that my father was the king of the underground kingdom, while my mother was the moon goddess. And me? I was supposedly the princess of the underground kingdom. According to Pan, I had always longed for the blue skies and white clouds of the human world, so I secretly came to the mortal realm. But the sun burned my eyes and caused me to lose my memory. Of course, I didn't believe a word of it, so Pan told me to check my left shoulder and see whether I had a moon-shaped birthmark there. The moment I looked, I froze, because I really did have a moon-shaped birthmark on my left shoulder. Pan then told me that if I opened the entrance to the maze, I would be able to return to the underground kingdom. But before the full moon arrived, I had to complete a task according to the instructions in the book. After saying that, Pan handed me the book and warned me to only open it when I was completely alone. Only then would the task appear inside its pages. I eagerly opened the book right away, but the pages were completely blank, and by the time I looked up again, Pan had already disappeared. The next day, while no one was around, I secretly took out the book I had hidden in the corner. When I opened it again, words really had appeared on the pages. According to the instructions, I needed to find a nearby withered tree. Inside the hollow trunk lived a giant toad spirit. It was the reason the tree could no longer grow. If I placed 3 magic stones into its mouth and retrieved the key hidden inside, the tree would become lush and alive once again. I quickly found the tree. After taking off my coat and hanging it on a branch, I gathered my courage and crawled into the hollow trunk. Inside, it was dark, damp, and crawling with disgusting bugs. Even so, I forced myself to keep going until I finally reached the end of the hollow. Sure enough, a giant toad was waiting there. I asked it why it was stopping the tree from growing, but it couldn't understand a single word I said. Just then, it noticed the bug hanging near my neck. That's when I suddenly got an idea. I mixed the 3 magic stones in with the bugs. Without hesitation, the toad swallowed everything in one gulp. A second later, it suddenly started gagging violently. Then it vomited up a pile of sticky slime. And just like that, I finally got the golden key.